I don't think players on Chess.com should be allowed to resign early in the game just because you took their queen.
That really sounds misogynist. I think that anytime you lose your queen, it's a good time to get out of there.
Sounds like people want to torture their food a little bit. You know, it's funny, Shaun. I actually got that direct feedback from someone who was a friend. And in this real-time conversation over lunch, it took me forever to realize what he was complaining about was that he was winning and people were resigning and not letting him torture his opponent and finish the job. And I was like, hey, I'm Danny, Chief Chess Officer here at Chess.com.
And I'm Shaun, Director of Support at Chess.com.
In this video, we're going to dive into the many messages that our community members send us within a given month, which could be hundreds of thousands of messages from Reddit to Twitter to YouTube to direct messages sent to support, where members might be giving constructive and positive feedback to maybe delivering on the little bit of a darker side of a unique way to deliver some criticism, complain about being closed for cheating, just some things like that. Shaun and I have not seen these questions that are about to be presented before us, but we're pretty pumped to dive in and give you our honest feedback as a couple of the guys working hard to keep the chess community awesome here at Chess.com. So let's dive in.
F that. I'll just use a different email and keep on cheating. Ha ha ha.
I don't know how honest that is. Okay. Sorry, Shaun.
Well, in all seriousness, if that's what you want to get out of life, then I leave it to it, and I hope you enjoy it. We do have things to stop re-registration, and we're going to do our best. But, knock yourself silly.
Oh, man.
In a lot of ways, it's just job security for me.
Job security, Shaun. There you go. You have it right there.
Hello, I would like the troll face emoji on your website in as high definition as possible.
Okay. He wants the troll face. I get like as an avatar, I mean, okay. I don't really know that that's not okay.
That is a meta troll question right there.
That is like, really... I felt like I was being trolled in the middle of that question and I still don't get it.
Hello, Chess.com support. My name is Magnus Carlson. I was playing on a Smurf account, having fun trying to teach my prodigy. After playing a friend, we embarked on a chess battle to the death. However, I seem to have decimated him too bad as he rage quit the game and reported me. Please unban my prodigy's account at once before I denounce Chess.com. Go to Lee Chess like all other pros. Thank you for your time. I'm deeply upset that my prodigy's account was banned in the first place. Please rectify the mistake and all will be well. Okay. And the follow-up message, Shaun, it has been about 2 years since you've banned my prodigy. All I have to say now is that Maggie is mad. Watch the next tournament where I'll be dropping the hottest roast session of all time about you. I will run out my clock by roasting the living out of you and then checkmating my opponent in the last second. However, my offer is still on the table. See to it that my prodigy's account is unbanned at once and compensate with 2 years of premium for lost time so we can go out to dinner with each other after you come watch my next tournament front row. I love this.
Oh, man.
I mean, the thing is that this is not a new strategy. People write in pretending to be super GMs all the time. My favorite one was a guy who wrote in pretending to be Fabi, and he actually misspelled Fabi's name.
There you go.
So, what an interesting try. I really like that. And, kudos to him for writing in Maggie is mad. I like that.
I'm not using any support engine when I'm playing nor asking for advice from other chess player. I just move on my own. F your system regulation.
So fun fact for this particular username, I've actually got his report up right here. And that is not the case, sir. You have been using illegal assistance and you've been caught for performance enhancing chess engine use. So denied.
Millions of support cases incoming. I'm funding people in India to flood the f out of your support system. For the next year you'll be picking bull queries up and not be able to tell bull from actual customer inquiry. It's going to be great fun. Go f yourselves now.
Well, this is the weirdest thing, right? People are writing into support and they're like, hey, we're going to make it so that your department is bigger.
I'm gonna play on your site so much you have to get more server space. I'm gonna job security, as they say, every time you read a message like that. That was That was a Hall of Fame rant right there. Loved it.
A good man out of the good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things, and an evil man out of the evil treasure bringeth forth evil things. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Hi there. Thank you for your kind reply and for taking weeks to fix your issue. I'm sure you'll blame the issue and the long lack of comprehension at my feet and not yours. Yeah, we probably will. It's sad to read that you attacked my friend's account with an error, then attacked her account by opening it and giving her a second chance, and then lastly attacked her account by ultimately closing it and blaming the whole thing at my feet. I don't think we usually blame Jesus for stuff. Questions: how do you take account for your attacks on her Chess.com account, and who is going to pay for those attacks? I can answer that question right now. We account for it by saying that we close all fair play accounts, and who's going to pay for it? Clearly the person whose account was changed, was closed. You can say I violated some policy, but what policy did you violate? Well, I played some games on her account, waiting weeks on you to fix a simple issue with my account. You can't play on someone else's account. That is by definition getting outside assistance. Conclusion to this email: you contact my friend at her email address. You address each of those attacks on her Chess.com account. For whatever reason, each attack, you will resolve this issue with her. If you don't, for whatever reason, then this email is my request for you to close my Chess.com account for good. I appreciate you finally correcting the issues with my account, but how evil and rude of you to attack my friend's account 3 times, and then you throw salt in the wounds by not saying a word to her in a communication. You basically stuck a knife in her back 3 times and ran away and blamed me for it. Thanks, and God bless you in Christ Jesus of Nazareth.
Let's just say he will be missed.
Oh, that's true.
Recently, I have had 4 incidents where I have moved a pawn up 2 squares from its starting position, and it shows as such if I go back 1 move using the arrows, only for it to be taken as if I had only moved it up 1 square. So the game history will show the pawn on the square 2 up, for example a7 to a5. But in the actual gameplay, it will be taken as if I had moved it to a6. This is usually in the end game, where pawn to queen promotion is at stake. It's a glitch and is annoying the f*** out of me as I'm losing close games because of this bug.
Look, I don't want, it's total honesty here. Every chess player can remember when they learned that rule. So no one should feel bad. We get 2 of these in support per day at least.
I was just going to say, you get 2 per day on, that's incredible.
At least. Probably every 50 to 100 tickets, there's going to be an en passant in there.
Well, can I then jump in and say, and you lead the team with support. Am I right in saying the best part about this ticket is he actually goes into some detail, right? And actually talks about check the game history. I mean, we get ones that are literally like, F you, fix this bug, or I'm not coming back, right? So am I right to say that kudos to that member for going into the painstaking detail of just how much pawn promotion is indeed at stake?
Yeah, I don't want anyone to feel bad. My one angry point here is that in Queen's Gambit, they did not explain that move. And I feel like if they had done that, they would save us hours of work.
True.
I don't think players on Chess.com should be allowed to resign early in the game just because you took their queen.
That really sounds misogynist. I think that anytime you lose your queen, it's a good time to get out of there.
I think people want to torture their food a little bit. You know, it's funny, Shaun, I actually got that direct feedback from someone who was a friend. And in this real-time conversation over lunch, it took me forever to realize what he was complaining about was that he was winning and people were resigning and not letting him torture his opponent and finish the job. And I was like,
you know, you want to feel it. You want to feel that superiority. You want it to last for many moves. Yeah.
The answer is no. We're not going to prevent people from resigning. Okay, next question.
Anybody stall when they know they've lost in hopes other person resigns?
That is awesome.
I think, you know, so you're saying there's a chance, you know, optimism springs eternal in the hearty soul of humankind. But I will never if it is a 30-minute game and I've got you beat at 29:30, I am going to wait those 29 minutes and 30 seconds. I am never going to give that up.
I'll jump in on that one, Shaun, and say that one, that's awesome that we have a member like outing himself as part of the problem, right? The amount of complaints we get on the other side of like, I'm winning and my opponent is literally letting his clock run out. I'm going to say, screw that guy for outing himself as part of the problem, literally saying, I purposely stall to torture my opponent when they're beating me.
And then he's mad when they resign.
Right. Frustrating.
Hello Chess.com staff. When I bend the knee and ask you for forgiveness to open a new account will be the day I will climb to a high tower and jump headfirst. You have failed the task of preventing cheaters from taking my hard-earned rating, thus forcing me to take measures into my own hands. To think I was paying Chess.com for premium services makes my skin crawl. Over the years I've provided you with endless proofs that my opponents were cheating and you ignored them. But the last game before my account was closed was a loss to a 1560 rating player when I was 1966 rating. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. I wish Chess.com to be hacked by Chinese hackers and completely deleted so you can understand how frustrating it is to face cheaters. I'd wish you a happy day, but that'd be a lie. Go f yourselves. Cheers.
So good. Oh man, it's so good.
I love how he specifies the ethnicity of the hackers. Right? It can't be Colombian hackers. It can't be Russian hackers. It's got to be Chinese hackers.
We have been hacked by hackers of all different types of nationalities and race. And so, anyway, responding to that is so awesome. I think I'll refer to something my dad once said as a kid, which is those who are most paranoid. We all have fears from time to time, but those who typically are most paranoid in life that they're being taken advantage of are usually the people taking advantage of someone. We're doing our best, continuing to close cheaters by the tens of thousands as we do in our cheat reports. I talk about in my stateofchess.com all the time. I feel pretty good about what we're doing, and I'm very sorry, but I will say, please don't actually jump off any roofs at any time.
And if I could, I want to jump in here and give a little bit of self-help advice. When you are thinking that your opponent is cheating, you are looking at their moves and you're looking at the strengths of their moves. And what you need to be doing when you're playing chess is looking at the weakness in their moves. So if you are paranoid your opponent is cheating, it is going to affect your performance. It's happened to me. It's kind of a dark spiral. Then you get frustrated and that hurts your play as well. So just know that less than 1%, far less than 1% of the games on our site actually have additional outside assistance in them. Yeah. So when you're playing, just keep your eyes open, look for that mistake for your opponent, and you will be rewarded.
Look at that. Wink, wink, so we can do the ding. That was great advice.
What does my 293 points mean? Do I get a free toaster?
293 points for what? Your rating? Or did you gain that in puzzles? That's great. No matter how good your rating is, 293 points is a lot of points. That's good. No free coasters though. That's not. We're not in that business. So just thanks for playing.
Can we get Penny to give him a free digital poster, or a toaster right now? Penny, can you do that? Let's pop that up here.
Yeah.
What if I referred you to my friend Benjamin Franklin? The rule I broke was because I misinterpreted the fair play policies. I thought it said players are allowed to use opening books in the live game, which is what I did, but after review, it was only for correspondence. I'm sure you can understand this honest mistake.
I love both that he thinks that you can bribe us.
I was going to say.
And that he thinks that
the bribe.
That he could bribe us with just $100. I mean, these are very bad thoughts. But I love that. I love the spunk. I love the chutzpah. I love that he's really putting it out there. But no, he's going to need some new friends.
That's so awesome because he just confessed, which is all we actually require of someone to come back is be honest about it. And most people do. So he actually confessed, but he started out with what? At least it was like, what if I refer you to my friend George Washington?
That would have been much better. I would have taken that one right away.
Hey, I hope you get cancer, you stupid I got banned for literally talking trash to my opponents. 2 hours later.
Well, first,
Oh
many
my
props.
God.
Our streams are absolutely great. Love them. Secondly, I think we can tell from the email that he didn't get banned for saying a single bad word. So I don't think that's the case. But no, to take a serious slant on this, when you're talking to someone face to face, there's a lot of social cues you can pick up. Trash talk can be viewed as kind of funny. But over the internet, when you're dealing with just a mass of different cultures, a lot of times your trash talk may not be taken in the manner in which it was intended. And that does mean that we ask people to be nice. And the good thing is that if you're friends with someone, you're free to trash talk them on their site. So if that's your thing, you can do it, but make sure you friend them first and the person is down with that kind of thing.
No other comments to add. Thank you for sharing that message. That's all I'm going to say. I needed a good laugh.
Hello, I got a warning from Chess.com and my account got muted because apparently I have violated the community guidelines. May I ask why? Because I did not behave in an inappropriate way at any time. I once had a fight with a guy that insulted me, but since then I behaved exemplary. So why did I get a warning? I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, I'm just going to guess from the message that it might have been that fight that you had. But we do have auto moderators and that will just pick out certain phrases and give you a warning if you hit that phrase. And sometimes it can be on accident. Like one time I was writing about it and I put the space in the wrong place and then I got hit for it. So these things can happen sometimes. Just write your friendly neighborhood support agent. We'll go through the auto log and we'll help you out.
I don't want to ask you to explain what about it became when you hit space at the wrong place. I'm going to use my imagination for that and move on.
Continually came out repeatedly and always took the same time to execute the movement no matter how complex the position.
I don't even know what to say to that. Shaun, why don't you take that one?
We often get requests for other chess websites. And it's just, we have to let them know that, hey, we're not this company. We're Chess.com. And that's the thing about being a very large, public-facing company is that people think that you're everywhere.
Hi. I learn that FIDE is making a major change in rules by which stalemate will be deemed to be a victory to the side with advantage. Do you plan to incorporate this in your app?
I guess now's the time to say April Fools.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. We have actually talked about this on a regular basis. As crazy as that idea seems, one of the things that makes chess hard to relate to for the non-traditional audience is the draw. And so I'm actually going to say that idea is not the worst idea that maybe chess players and fans have ever come up with. That said, we do not have any plans to incorporate that at this time. I think it's more philosophical in terms of where it's at in the pipeline of a debate leading to an actual feature. So we'll leave it at that, but not the worst idea in the world as far as I'm concerned.
Why doesn't Chess.com show which game was the cheater? Am I expected to through thousands of games looking for the cheater?
Okay, that's actually that's good. That's a good question and good feedback. I will say this, because we are now rewarding points back after if you lost games to cheaters, it's not that hard for you to do your own investigation, right? And put on your Sherlock Holmes hat and dive into figuring out where and how you got your points back from. And in fact, if you visit the profiles of the players you played, you might even see that they were closed for cheating.
Yeah, we want to make sure that everyone knows that they're safe and that if there's cheating, that that justice will be served and they'll get their points back and that all is evened out at the end. But we definitely don't want to go out to the villagers and hand them pitchforks and torches.
And say, let's go grab the pitchforks and go get this guy. Right now, it kind of happens, but you got to do that on your own time. We're not going to be starting the mob.
Thank you for your email. I would like to appeal the ruling because I know I am completely innocent. I was under 15 chess champion of many years ago, if that helps. I haven't played on this website for some time, and when I did play, most of the time I played against my work colleague, so I have no idea as to how I can be accused of unfair play. I have never engaged in any of the practices mentioned in your links.
So, fun fact, this appeal was actually granted, and this particular member is currently an active Diamond member, premium paying customer on the site. And so upon further review, there was actually a mistake in this one. So I guess here we're just saying that a respectful appeal. And actually there was, this was likely a human mistake and misinterpreting the data more than anything else. But as far as we know, this username is actually back on our site and an active Diamond member as of today. So well done, sir. Good appeal.
Does climbing Chess.com leaderboard have any benefits? Does having a higher rank in Chess.com have benefit of any sort, either in game features or similar, or even something like internship? Read they hire people to check for anti-cheating.
Climbing leaderboards has benefits of it is its own reward. Am I allowed to say that? Does that sound like a dad in me? Like, you know, doing your best is your best. We do not hire or look for talent based on the leaderboards when looking to add to the team. However, there are often opportunities to apply for a job at chess.com/jobs.
And, you know, it's a streaming world. So you're climbing a leaderboard. There's a lot of street cred that you get, you know, showing that on your streams.
Yeah.
So what I want you to think about when you're writing into support, you know, be as clear as possible. Our guys are professionals. You know, we pay them well. They do this as a job. And the one thing that I ask is that you treat them with a modicum of that professionality. You know, we're a gaming website, so it's going to be a lot of fun. But imagine saying what you typed out loud in like a grocery store or a place of business or in a restaurant. And if that would get you kicked out of that place of business, don't type it. You know, take a moment, pause, breathe, write it again. It's fine for you to vent your frustration, but don't do it at my people. I'm very protective. I love them a lot.
I think that's a great just sort of rule of thumb is if you wouldn't actually say this face to face to someone or in front of children or in another public place of business, probably you shouldn't say it even if you are upset about whatever's going down online. So anyway, this was a lot of fun. Obviously, we hope you enjoyed it. And leave a comment down low. Be kind, right? Rewind, watch it again, hit the subscribe, and we'll see you around on chess.com, hopefully reading some more positive messages from here on out. This was a message sent in to us from a young child, 11 years old, who was closed for cheating. We found out this account had been closed not just once, but twice for cheating on our site and had actually been closed on Leaderboards as well. And his message to support was very, very clear to go yourself. The funny thing about this one is that this was then later appealed to us by the parents. And of course, their little angel could not cheat. And one of the things we provided along with the evidence we could was also the thread of emails from their child to support. So that was a very fun interaction.
If you're a parent, you know you've played Candyland with that child. You've seen them cheat. You've seen them roll a 7 and then end up on free parking. You've watched this happen in real time. How are you thinking that they're an angel? And I just don't get it.
Ink, so we can do the ding. That was great advice.
Or we get a more, you know, do, 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 do.
This public service announcement brought to you by. All right, let's go.
The jacket's kind of bunching a little bit. You might want to kind of pull it down a little bit.
Yep, cool.
Okay.
Okay.
This next one for Shaun, and
this is for the outtakes.
Yeah.
Hey, Macarena.